Hello and welcome back to the Practical English Podcast. I'm your host, Mike.
And I'm Angela. We're so glad you could join us today for a topic that's, well, a little personal, but incredibly useful.
That's right, Angela. Today, we're diving into the world of dating. Specifically, we're going to give you the essential English vocabulary, phrases, and grammar you need to navigate the dating scene.
It can be tricky even for native speakers, so we want to give our listeners the confidence to express themselves clearly. We'll cover everything from the difference between dating and using a dating app to first date small talk and even how to talk about your feelings.
Exactly. So, grab a notebook and let's get started. First up, let's clarify some basic terms. Angela, what's the difference between dating and using a dating app? They sound similar but are used quite differently.
That's a great place to start. Dating is a broad term. It can refer to the whole process of trying to find a romantic partner. For example, you might say, dating is so hard these days.
Right. Or it can be more specific. If you say, I'm dating someone, it means you are regularly going on dates with one particular person and you're in the early stages of a romantic relationship.
Exactly. It implies some level of exclusivity or seriousness. Now, using a dating app is just about the tool you're using. You can be on a dating app and not be dating anyone specifically. You're just browsing profiles and maybe chatting with people.
And that brings in a whole other set of vocabulary. On apps, you create a profile, you swipe right if you like someone, and swipe left if you don't.
Right, and if you both swipe right, you match. After you match, you can start to chat or message each other. So you could say, I'm matched with a guy on an app and we've been chatting for a few days. This doesn't mean you are dating him yet.
A key distinction. The goal of using the app is usually to go on a date, which is a single planned romantic meeting. So after chatting for a while, you might ask them out.
Okay, so you've secured the date. Now you're there, sitting across from the person. The big challenge, small talk. Where do you begin?
Good question. It's best to be clear but casual. You could try something like, would you like to get a coffee sometime? Or, I was wondering if you'd be free to grab dinner on Friday night. Using phrases like sometime keeps it low pressure.
That's good advice. I also like, are you free to, or I'd love to take you out for a drink this week if you're interested. It's direct but polite. And if they say yes, you can say something like, great, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so you've secured the date. Now you're there, sitting across from the person. The big challenge, small talk. Where do you begin?
The key is to ask open-ended questions. Those are questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. Instead of asking, do you like your job, which can lead to a dead end,
Right, a dead end.
try asking, what's the most interesting thing about your job? Or how did you get into that field? This invites them to tell a story.
Excellent point. Other good topics are hobbies, travel, and entertainment. For example, what do you like to do for fun? Or have you traveled anywhere interesting recently? And for entertainment, have you seen any good movies lately? Or what kind of music are you into?
Those are perfect. And while they're answering, it's so important to show you're engaged. Use active listening phrases. Simple things like, oh, really? That's so interesting. Or tell me more about that.
It shows you're actually listening and not just waiting for your turn to speak. Which brings us to the other side of the coin, talking about yourself.
Yes, you don't want to sound like you're bragging, but you do need to share things about yourself. It's a balance. When they ask you a question, answer it, and then you can ask them a related question back.
Exactly. Keep the conversation flowing. For sharing about yourself, you can use phrases like, well, in my free time, I really enjoy hiking. Or, I work as a graphic designer, which is great because I'm really passionate about creativity.
It's also good to share a short, fun anecdote or story if it's relevant. It makes you more memorable and relatable. Just keep it brief.
Definitely. No one wants a 3-hour monologue on your childhood. Okay, so let's say the first date goes well. You like the person. Now we enter the next phase, talking about feelings and the relationship itself. This can be the scariest part for many learners.
It really can be, but clarity is kindness here. If you've been on a few dates and you like the person, you can say something simple and direct. For example, I've really enjoyed spending time with you. Or, I have a lot of fun when I'm with you.
Those are great. Not too intense, but they clearly show your interest. If you feel a stronger connection, you could even say, I'm starting to have feelings for you, or I really like you.
And eventually, you might get to the what are we conversation. This is when you define the relationship. It can be nerve-wracking.
The infamous DTR, or define the relationship talk. Yeah. You can start this conversation with a question like, so where do you see this going? Or how are you feeling about us?
And you should be prepared to state what you want too. You might say, I'm not dating anyone else, and I'd like for us to be exclusive. Exclusive is a key word here, meaning you are only dating each other.
Right. Or you might be on the other side. You could say, I really like you, but I'm not looking for anything serious right now. Honesty is always the best policy, even if it's difficult.
Completely agree. This also applies if the topic of past relationships comes up. It's best to keep it brief and positive if possible. You could say, my last relationship ended a while ago, and it taught me a lot about what I want.
That's a very mature way to put it. It shows you're self-aware without giving away too much personal detail too soon.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground today, from the first swipe on an app to defining the relationship.
We really have. Let's do a quick recap of the key phrases. For asking someone out, use, would you like to get coffee sometime? For small talk, use open-ended questions like, what do you do for fun? And show you're listening with, that's really interesting.
And for talking about feelings, I've really enjoyed spending time with you, and I'd like for us to be exclusive. The most important thing is to be yourself and communicate as clearly as you can.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Dating can be a great way to practice your English in a real-world situation. Be brave, have fun, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's all the time we have for today on the Practical English Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Until next time, keep practicing.